Hello everybody, I'm going to teach you guys how to play Ted Nugent Stranglehold. I have it in half step down tuning. I'll do a playthrough first. Okay, so what is going on with this Ted Nugent song? First of all, you start off with this kind of so that is just you're doing a G major bar chord. So you're barring all the 3rd fret, and you have your 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the G, and you have your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A, your pinkies on the 5th fret of the D, and D is in delightful, and you're just rolling, just sliding it up to the 5th fret. And then you're just getting this, you're getting like this rhythm going that's kind of funky, kind of, you know, there it is right there. So you start off and you do that. And then you want to hit this, you want to hit this, you want to bar these, the low E is in Edward and the A is in Apple on the 7th fret. So you want to do. Get that sound. You're kind of barring like the low E, low E is in Edward, A is in Apple, and D is in Delicious of the 7th fret to get that sound. And then you're gonna bar the 5th fret, and you want to bar the D is in Delicious, G is in Girl, B is in Boy. So got. You wanna do like a. This is like the really tricky part when you're. You kind of do that. Kind of hit it twice, but you put a little put like a little 1/8 of a beat in there or whatever. And then you use your 3rd finger to bar the D is in Delicious, G is in Girl, B is in Boy of the 7th fret. And then you're just. Hit that one first. Then slam onto. Then you go right back to the you go right back to the the 5th fret of the, you go right back to that same hammer that you did to start it off. So you go this top one. Yeah, hit it, a little beat, hit it again. Go back to it, and then go up back to this same chord again. But when you go back to the final version of it, you only bar the A as in apple, D as in Detroit, G as in Detroit, Ted Nugent, G as in girl. So it's a little tricky. It's a little bit of a tricky little thing. Okay, and then you just repeat that a few times. And then after you do that, you stay back on this A bar chord. You know, here was a G bar chord, now it's an A bar chord. Stay for 2 downstrokes. And then go back to the G to the A. So you got G to A. Hit those hot top notes, top 3 strings. But, okay. It's crucial that to get it right, it's super crucial that you take that little beat when you're hitting this one twice. It's crucial to keep the rhythm of it and to make it sound correct. So back to the A bar chord. G to A. And then that just repeats for a few times. And then the movement of the song comes in, and it simplifies, and he's not doing all those little hammer-ons, and it's more like then I just do a G to A. I'm doing that same where I'm getting those top low strings, those top 3 low strings. I'm doing the same thing, going from there to there. But I just do that. That's it. Just stop it right there and then. Yeah, it just simplifies. And then I do that like, some of the stuff, I mean, I timed when I do the song, it's about 6 minutes. When he does it, it's like 8:20. But some of it I shortened, like when he's doing this. Okay, he does it like 3 times. I like it better twice. Just little things like that. But anyway, I don't know exactly, you know. I'm just doing it 3 times and I'm slowing it down to that when it changes to just the rhythm part. When you get off the... Then you just go to the... So I do 3 of the hammer-ons. Then I do 3 of just the rhythm. And then it does this thing. Okay, so that's 5 as in B as in boy, to 7 B as in boy, to 8 B as in boy. But the B gets hit twice on the 5th fret. Then And you just go down to 10 and 8 and you go back and forth. Then you just go down to the 8th of the high E as in electricity to the 12 of electricity, high E. And then it goes right back to the rhythm. Then it goes to this little riff. That's just that's the D as in delicious or delightful of the 2nd fret to the 4th of the D as in delicious or delightful. Just doing that. And then you're just 2 of the B as in boy. And then just going back, just hit that 1, D as in delightful of the 2nd fret. And then you start it all over again. But this time, instead of going, this time you just start playing it like a lead note. Start bending it up. And then I switch to my 3rd finger. Slide it all the way down to the 10th fret and do this. Bend it up. Go from 10 to 8. To 5 of the G as in girl. And then hit the G as in, on 5. To the 9th of the G as in girl. 8th B as in boy. 12 high E to 10 B as in boy. So you got I just go back and forth on it. And then 17 of the high E to 17 of the B as in boy. And then you go right back to the rhythm section again. You got this. That's a double stop with the B as in boy, E as in Edward of the 12th fret. Then just down to 17. And then he does this. That's just a quick trill from the 13th of the high E to the 11th of the high E to the 12th of the B as in boy. And then 10 to the 12 of the B as in boy. Ten to 12 of the B as in boy, and then 13 of the high E, and then hit it twice. So you got. Then you want to do 15 of the high E, and you want to just kind of go back and forth. Then you want to go to 17th of the B as in boy to the 20th of the B as in boy. Hit that 17 to the 20. 13th of the B as in boy. And then hit the 13th of the B as in boy again. And then go down to the 15th of the high E. 12 of B as in boy. Hit the 12 E as boy again. 15 high E. 13 high E. 12 high E. 15 B as in boy. 13 B as in boy. 12 A as in B as in boy. 14 G as in girl. 12 G as in girl. And then go back and forth there. So you do. After you go back and forth with those, then you go to the 12 of the B as in boy. 17 B as in boy. Back to 12 as in B as in boy. Then you want to be on the 12th fret. You just take your first finger and you want to slide that first finger up to the 14th of the G as in girl. You're already on the 12th of G as in girl. Take that finger, move it up to 14 of G as in girl. Then you want to take your third finger and you want to do a hammer, you want to do a bar of the high E and the B as in boy strings. You want to do this sound. Do it twice. And then you just kind of do the same thing, but this time you're starting on the 12 of the B as in boy, and you're just going up one fret. And then you're using your third finger to hold down the 15th of the high E. Then you're going to do this. That's 17th of the high E as in electricity to 12 of the high E electricity, back and forth. And then try to time it to where you want to bail out on that, to where you can do this. That's just, you're on the 12 B as in boy, and then you're hammering on to the 13th B as in boy, back, you're trilling or hammering on, and then back to the 12th B. 10 of B as in boy, 8 B as in boy, then stop on the 11th of G as in girl. Then you're going to go to the 9 to 11 of G as in girl. 9, 11 G as in girl to 8 is B as in boy. Hit B as in boy again. 11 G as in girl. 10 B as in boy. Twice on the and then you're going to end on the 9 of the G as in girl and hit that note twice. And then you're going to do, then you're going to go 10 B as in boy to 12 B as in boy to 11 B as in boy, and then go back 11 B. I'm sorry. You're going to go from 10 to B to 12 to B to 13 to B. And then you're going to go 12, 13, you're going to go 13, 12, 13. 12 of the high E's in electric. 12, B is in boy. Then you're going to do go 10 B as in boy to 13 B as in boy to 17 high E. Hit it twice. Then you're going to do, you're going to go, you're going to go 12 E to 80, 8 high E, back to 12 high E, ten B as in boy, then you're going to go to 17 G as in girl, then you're going to do back and forth on 17 and 15 of the high E. Then you're going to do this, you're going to go 15, 13, 12 of the high E. Slight pause. Then you're going to take that same way you're doing it, and then you're just going to move to the, starting with your pinkies on the 10th fret, and you do 10, 10, 8, 7, 10, 8, 7 of the high E, 10, 8, 7 of the B. And then you're going to do 5 B as in boy, 7 G as in girl, 5 G as in girl. So you're going to do then you're going to go down to the 2 of G as in girl, to the 4 G as in girl, hit 4s in girl again, G as in girl. Right. Hit G as in girl twice on that 4th fret. Then hit it again. Hit it 2 more times. Then go to the 5 is B as in boy, back to G, 4 G's in girl. Then you're going to do 5 to 7 on the B as in boy, 3 high E, 7 B as in boy, 5 high E, 5 B as in boy. So you're going to do then you're going to do so you're going to go 5 high E to 7 high E to 8 high E, back to 7 of high E, 5 high E. Just take it one way, take it back the other way. And then do 8, 7 of the B as in boy. So you got 5, 7, 8, 8, 7, 5, 8, 7. Then hit 5 of the B as in boy. So 5 5 of the B as in boy, and then do it, pick up the pace a little bit on it and do 8, 8, 7, 5 high E, 8, 7, 5 B as in boy, 7, 5 G as in girl, and then so you're doing like a, you're kind of doing like a little bar of the D, G, the D is in delightful, G is in girl, B is in boy. Get that sound. And then you want to do that hammer on. Aerosmith does a lot of these too. And then you just take your third finger and you want to make sure you catch that A and you catch that D, especially in the G. And then take it back again. You know, start with your first finger and then just get this time go all the way up to the A string. A is in apple, D is in delightful, G is in girl. And then just take it across 2 frets and then back to that one where it's just barred on the D. The D is in delightful, G is in girl, B is in boy. This one I played different. I kind of played a lot of different times, different ways, different times, just to keep it fresh in my mind. I just make it interesting. But I add, sometimes I'll add this just back and forth like that. And then it goes to this. That's 5 of the B as in boy, to the 8 of B as in boy, to the 5 of high E. And then you're sliding down and you're getting the 14, 13, 12 of the high E. And when he's doing it, he kind of, there's that point where he kind of picks up the pace and he's doing it a little faster. He kind of, and then you're going to go to 17 high E. Then you're going to double stop on the B as in boy, the high E on the 17th fret. And then you're just going to go up a little bit higher and then do a double stop on the G as in girl, B as in boy. Okay. So. So then it's then you're on the 13th fret of the D is in delightful. Go 13 on D is in delightful to the 7th fret of G is in girl. 5 B is in boy. 7 G is in girl. 5 G is in girl. 7 D is in delightful. And then you want to do a 4 of the D is in delightful, and you want to hammer on to the 5th fret, D is in delightful, and hammer on to the 7th fret of the A. Back to the 5 of the D. 5 G is in girl. 7 D is in delightful. And then do a double on, do 2 hits on the 17th of the high E. And then you do this. Okay. That is, you're barring, on the 5th fret, you're barring the D is in delightful, the G is in girl, the B is in boy, and the high E. And you're just taking that whole thing up to the 7th fret. That's another thing where I do it a little bit different than Nugent does it. He just kind of, and you kind of hear it just kind of freeze, and then, but I like doing it, just adding that, I don't know. So it's just back and forth twice. goes into this. That one I cut just 2 times. He does it 3 times, I believe, on the record. That's just 4 as in G as in girl, 5 D as in delightful, back to 4 G as in girl. Twice on the 7th of the D as in delightful. Start over again. And then go to the 6th of the G as in girl, 7th D as in delightful. So does that twice, and then does this. That's just the same chord we started with, a G major bar chord. Just strum it like that. And he does this thing where it's, you know, it's kind of like that one where he's going, come on up, come on up. And that one is just, did you like my singing? You just start from, you do this. So you just go from G to A, and then just do this, this would be, I believe, a B. But you bar all the 3rd fret, and then you just use your pinky to bar the D. D is in delightful all the way down, all the high strings below that as well. I think it's a C. Yeah, it's a C. Alright, so then just go back, and the second time just go back to that G major bar chord. And then do it like this. And just take it from, you know, the 3rd fret to the 5th fret, C to D. Okay. And then I do that twice. And then he does, then there's this kind of thing where he goes again, he goes back into the same thing. I do that twice, and then the same thing again. But this time he does the pick drag on the string. It's like, and then I just do that, the G major, and then slide up to the A major, and then it's kind of, I do one of those kind of strums, and then I just do it. I just did it, you know, I'm just doing a double stop on the high E and B of the 8th fret, going back, very Chuck Berry. I'm being very Chuck Berry-ish. Blues 101. That's just double stop on the 6th high E and the B. B as in boy, E as in electric. Back to the 5, B as in boy, E as in electric. Then I'm just taking it in. It's like a pentatonic box, and then I'm just taking it in. I'm doing the same double stops, but I'm doing them on the 6th, on the 7 and 5 instead of the 8. I'm doing 8 and 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, and then just taking it up with my 3rd finger up all the way to the D string. And I'm just ending with a A major bar chord, So that is Ted Nugent's Stranglehold. I hope that you guys enjoyed that and it will be helpful. Thank you.